The new name of the business will be Victoria's on the Lake.
You know, that's a fine restaurant. My cousin's wife goes there all the time with my wife in the afternoon, and they tell me how nice the waiters and waitresses are and how reasonable the prices are.
We appreciate that.
So I'm going to wish you good luck with your new place.
We appreciate that.
Nice to meet you, too. We're going to
pleasure.
book a lot of events
Yes,
with you.
looking forward to it.
And good luck.
Thank you.
And good luck to the
Much appreciated.
Democratic Committee tonight.
absolutely. All right.
Okay,
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. I'm very honored tonight to be bringing the George Ondek Slice of Life show throughout Westchester County and throughout the world on YouTube to Yorktown, Jefferson Valley, with the great Democratic victory in Yorktown. We're at Osceola Manor tonight, but it's no longer Osceola Manor. It's Victoria's. Did you know that?
That's true.
And she owns the place.
Yeah, I wish I did.
Miss Victoria Abadi. I'm with
Ron Stokes, co-chair, Yorktown Democratic Committee.
and
Elliot Crow, the other co-chair.
this lovely lady here.
Vicky Abadi.
And what's your title?
She is the vice chair of the Yorktown
Vice
Democratic
chair.
Committee.
Oh,
so you
very
have
good.
the entire leadership corps here.
What do you think of the great victory this year over the
Absolutely
other party?
wonderful, and as Shakespeare said, a consummation devoutly to be wished.
And I know you must have worked very hard to make this happen.
Absolutely. Lots and lots of people did.
And you had good people running. You had the judge running,
Well, that was-
Alice Roker, and of course, Mr. Patel, who's
Yeah.
very pro-American.
The heart and soul of this, starts in April when you can pick, as Elliot did, good candidates, then it makes the job easier all the way through.
Elliot, so what do you think about the great victory this year? Democrats
that's Ron-
throughout Westchester County.
Well, the people spoke, and it's in reaction to what's going on in the world. It's also in reaction to the fact that we had a good ticket. We were blessed with good candidates, and the time was right, and they worked hard, and we had a good team working on it, and we came out on the right side of the ball.
And Miss Abadi, what do you think about this victory in Yorktown for the people?
We are so thrilled. The people spoke, and that's it.
And it's a new beginning.
It is.
I'm sure great things will be happening.
A new administration, it's a new day, it's a new page, and we're absolutely thrilled.
And I hear you're going to have a more open government. I live in Peekskill. We televise all of the meetings, the committee of the whole meeting.
Right.
Nothing is in secret. And I hear you're going to change that in
Yeah, there are some changes.
planning board meetings.
Well, one of the issues during the course of the campaign was the fact that some parts of the prior administration and majority had moved the courtesy of the floor period to the end of municipal meetings.
And only once?
Which meant that people who were there on a weeknight had to go to work the next morning, right? Might not be able to talk until 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. That, our administration, new administration, Lanny Gilbert, is committed to moving back to the beginning of the meeting, 7:30.
By the way, you don't know I play another role in my community. I'm similar to Ed Safone. I'm the community watchdog. And they did some harsh rules in Peekskill at one time, where if you spoke 1 second over 3 minutes, 5 police officers escorted you out of the room. That's why you need changes sometimes.
And let me just tell you that Ed Safone was a very good supporter this year.
And he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Vicki, any more comments?
Nope, we're just thrilled.
And you have a lovely smile and you're a lovely person.
Thank you, George.
And you add a lot to the Democratic Party in Yorktown.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elliot.
Happy
And
New
I'm
Year.
very honored to be televising this for the Democratic Party.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
I'm now on the George Ondek show at the great Democratic victory in Yorktown with Councilman Patel. How are you doing there, Councilman?
Good evening and Happy New Year to everybody. It was wonderful to be here today, and it's a great celebration that we are here today to celebrate the new Democratic Committee victory. And what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that we treat everybody same, whether you are a $400 hour or minimum wage earner. This is my promise to each and every one of you. So what matters in life is every act of integrity, the compassion or sacrifice that enrich, empower and encourage others to emulate your example. And it is not what you bought, but what you built.
But more
And
importantly,
not
Mr.
what you
Patel,
got or what you
does
gave that
Yorktown
matter.
accept people from all over the world?
Yes.
Or do they say people from certain countries? are
No,
welcome?
I think every human being, when every human being has a red blood. I never seen any
saw
different
that
color of
in
the world. Okay.
Vietnam. I saw that in Vietnam when
So-
my African American brothers were dying with red blood and protecting my back.
So let me say to you, I have never seen anybody born with a tuxedo, no matter what color skin or how much money they have, and everybody looks the same in the grave. So this is a wonderful occasion.
Is it true that you had a daughter and son graduate from West Point?
And my son-in-law too, and they served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Congratulations on the
Thank
great
you,
victory.
and it's going to be wonderful.
And I
evening,
have an
yeah.
old friend here from Yonkers. You're on the Parks Department
Yeah,
here
Joe
at,
Falcone, Yorktown Parks and Recreation Commission on the board. Yeah, just want to say congratulations to everyone, and we're going to continue all our ball fields that we started in Yorktown with Granite Knolls coming up, and that's it. Here we go.
And I have a young man here who's a district leader. You got the vote out this year, huh?
I'd like to think that I did. I mean, I also take care of the website, the social media, some of the graphic design, any way I can help.
Wow. You can help me with my TV show. Maybe I'll put you on it someday besides this. But
I'd love to.
Great victory. I'm very proud now to be with the newly elected councilwoman from Yorktown, Alice Roker. How
Thank
are
you.
you, Alice?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Thank
What'd
you.
you think of the great Democratic victory in Yorktown this year?
I am proud of my colleagues. I am so proud. I am proud to call myself a Yorktowner. I truly thank the people of Yorktown who came out.
And isn't it great that Yorktown is a town of inclusion? I mean, you're a councilwoman, Vishnu is a councilman, and we have a great judge who's now the supervisor of your town.
You know, I moved to Yorktown in 1985. I knew nothing about
Yes.
Yorktown. I can tell you unequivocally, I love my community. I love the people in my town. I think the people are exemplary.
And you served as the town clerk for how many
I
years?
served as
20
a-
years or 16 years?
I served as the town clerk for 25 years.
Wow. You know my good friend Pam Beach from Pete's.
I certainly do.
She's a good friend of mine, by the way.
Pam is a
and
great.
does a tremendous job for the town of Pete's.
She's a great city clerk.
No matter who's in office
Yes.
over there, Democrats, Republicans, Independents.
And I think that's the mark of a good
Yes.
town clerk. Town clerks are not political
Yeah.
because you have to serve everyone. And I
Yes.
and I look at that and I take that the same way as being a council person. I'm not there to serve Democrats. I'm
You're there to serve
the
all
people
the
of
people,
Yorktown.
all the people.
Correct.
You don't exclude people from Africa or South America, but we won't get into national
No,
politics.
no.
But that's horrible what somebody said yesterday.
It is.
It's
It is.
horrible,
It is.
especially on the eve of Martin Luther King Day, too.
Well, it's horrible whenever you would say something completely negative about a country or about a people
anyone,
or about
or
a
anyone.
continent. You know,
Right,
it's just
right.
it's just inappropriate.
What made America's great was give me you're tired, you're weary, you're people who are free and want to work hard to attain great things like you did in your life.
I think-
like me and my wife did, coming from the ghettos of Yonkers, and by working ourselves up.
I think one of the most important things we all bring to the table is a work ethic. And you know, coming from my mother and father,
Where are they from originally?
my mother was from White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and my dad was from Washington, D.C.
Oh, very good.
But the work ethic was that no matter what, you give 100%.
And what I liked what you said, you're there for all the people,
Yes.
not Democrats, Republicans, or independents,
Yes.
but all the people.
I agree. Yes, I
And
agree.
you want to move Yorktown forward, right?
I want to move Yorktown forward, and I want to include people in those decisions that will help Yorktown
And you
grow.
want open government.
Yes.
You don't want closed
Yes.
government. It would be good to televise the committee of the whole meetings, the zoning.
Well,
We
that's-
do this in Peekskill.
Well,
by the
that's
way.
one thing that we're talking about,
working on that.
and finding out if we have the money to do it.
Oh, yes.
But I believe that all of the meetings should be televised.
Thank
and
you.
Actually, I think the work sessions are a lot more interesting than the board meetings because you actually see the work of the board at a work session.
I see that in Peekskill, and it gives us insight as
Right.
to what's coming up at the town board meetings.
And it gives you insight as to
And
how
you-
members make
and
decisions.
I know you're going to be fair to the people, unlike.
That's who I am.
I don't want to say anything negative.
That's
but
you know what I will never say anything negative, but I think you have to treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yes,
I only know how to be fair.
right. And we see you working with you women's committees.
I do that a lot, and
What are you a member of the
right now?
Rotary Club?
Right now, I'm still a member of the Yorktown Rotary Club.
Alice, I want to join the Rotary Club. Will
well,
you
then you
sponsor
need.
me?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And I'm also a member of the town's enrichment program, which is an after-school program that run by the
For the children?
for the children in
For the
Yorktown.
teens and all that?
Just the children.
Oh, well, that's important.
Yeah,
Because youth is the future of America.
they're our biggest investment.
And it's been too long since I had you on my regular show. It's been about 10 years.
Well, I'll
I
come
remember
back.
the day I had you on, about an hour after you left, there was a hurricane, and there was about 5 feet of water in downtown Yorktown.
Well, I'll come back and be on your show.
Thank you. It was so nice having
Thank
you on
you very
tonight.
much.
Good luck, Alice.
Thank you.
Good luck to Yorktown.
Thank you.
And maybe my wife and I will move one day from our 3-level condo in Peekskill to Jefferson Village, where we can be on 1 level.
Okay.
And on a good level. Thank you. I'm now very honored to have the county chairman of the Democratic Party here in Yorktown, Mr. Reginald Lafayette. How you doing, Reg?
I'm doing okay.
What do you
It's
think
good
of this
to be
great
here.
victory in Yorktown?
I think it's a great victory, and I think the Yorktown Democratic Committee should be very proud.
They did a good job, right?
They had some excellent candidates, and they didn't back down from a little bit of bullying and some other threats, and even trying to move the polling place to cut down on the turnout. and
What
I'm
do you
glad
think of the Democratic landslide throughout Westchester? I live in Peekskill, and we have a 7-0 Democratic majority.
Right. I
now.
think it was a reflection on the bad president that we have.
Speaking
And I
of the
think,
bad president, what do you think of his statement 2 days before Martin Luther King holiday
very racist-
about people coming from Nigeria, Haiti, or South America?
It's a very racist statement, and I don't think people coming from those countries, other diplomats and other business people, should stay in any of his hotels. It's a sad day when the President of the United States
uses the language.
uses that language and prove himself to be a racist.
You're absolutely 100%
very
correct.
sad day. So
And tell my good friend Paula Red Seaman, who's an assistant of yours, I believe, I said hello. George
All right,
Ondek
she used to be.
She's not with
she's
you.
not there
and her
anymore.
father.
But when I run into her again, I
father-
will tell her.
Oh, wait up. You see Mr. Vishnu Patel?
I see Mr.
Come over
Vishnu.
here, Vishnu. Get back in.
Mr. Vishnu is too busy taking pictures.
I love to take pictures. You
How
know
are you?
Mr. Patel here?
Very well.
He's of Indian
Congratulations.
descent. Should a president send him back to his country, or is
Let me
his
tell you,
country American?
I have-
He also has two kids
Who graduated from West Point.
And a son-in-law too.
and has worked overseas to help protect this country.
And everybody he meets, he gets an American flag.
Oh.
too.
Let me tell you, people give it back, but I have a passion to give it back the different way. All the men and men, those who are deployed, when they are away, I go to teach their kids science. At the West Point, I've done for 17 years. And on a Tuesday, I'm going to present the award when I go there to students.
Very good.
It's the science and math is in my blood, and I spend a lot of time doing that. So
This
wonderful.
is a country of immigrants.
That's right.
Everyone here is
I hear some
probably a
people
descendant
came
of
here
immigrants.
without papers in the 40s.
Of
Should
course-
they be deported back?
of course they did.
I heard some potato farmers came from Ireland. Should they be deported back to Ireland?
Well, I guess he only wants to deport people of my complexion.
Oh, that don't
No,
sound
no, let me tell you, but to me, let me just say
Hispanic,
something, no matter where you were born, but everybody has the same color blood. You know that?
Red.
That's right. And I have
You
seen,
don't know, I'm
I
a
have,
Vietnam
I
vet.
have not seen anybody born with a tuxedo, whether you are $400 an
I
hour
have not
and
seen
minimum.
anyone that really refused help from anyone.
Now, what's the
no matter what
difference-
color when you
What's
need
the
help.
difference
Okay?
between the 1%ers and us average people?
Let me tell you.
I hear, wait, I hear they have a man put their pants on for them. You can put your own pants.
But let me tell you, what is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary? A little extra
Are
into
y'all are
ordinary.
you giving me a test here? Because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to fail this test.
Yeah.
But I want to thank
No.
you all.
But it's a wonderful.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you again. Okay.
I'm now with Bob Giordano, the president of the Small Business Association of Yorktown. How are you doing tonight? Bob?
Very good. And
What do you think of this great Democratic victory and the change of direction in Yorktown?
I'm very happy with the outcome of the election, and I think the new administration will do a wonderful job. Change is good, and I look forward to working with them and the rest of the board.
If
And
more small businesses in Yorktown want to sign up with you, how can they reach you, Bob?
they can reach me through my cell phone, 874-4347. They can go to the website at www.yorktownsba.com, or they could email me.
And Bob, I have a suggestion for you. Like the Chamber of Commerce in Peekskill, you should become the Northern Westchester Small Business Association. Look at this man,
Hey.
Mr. Patel, taking our picture.
There you go.
Good guy, huh?
Northern Westchester
Northern Westchester
Small Business Association.
So you can take in Peekskill.
We're working on it.
Okay.
We're absolutely
'Cause then
working
you can
on
get
it.
me as a full-fledged member, not just an associate member.
Okay.
Okay, Bob?
Thank you.
Good luck, and
Thank
good
you.
luck to Yorktown.
Thank you.
I'm now with the city clerk of Yorktown.
Town clerk.
Town clerk, who along with Vishnu won. Were you the only one who won? Democrat who won last
That
year?
was 2 years ago, yes. 2 years
Wow,
ago.
does time fly by?
Yes, it does.
What do you think of this great Democratic victory? Victory of the people this year for Yorktown.
Well, I think people want to change, and I think they're going to have a great change. I think
Yeah.
we're going to do awesome.
There will be a change of direction.
Yes, I think so.
Will move Yorktown forward
Oh, no doubt.
and be
no
a
doubt.
gentler, kinder city.
Yes. Well, everybody should be gentler and kinder to everyone.
Right, they should permit people at town board meetings to talk twice, not once, with no limits.
That's true. They're going to move courtesy to. They've already done it. Move courtesy of the floor to the beginning of
That's
the meeting.
what I like happened in Peekskill.
Yeah.
We used to have a mayor who, if you talk more than 3 minutes, she had 5 police officers
gosh.
after you. So it's
Well, you have a new mayor in
government-
Peekskill, and I'm sure that you're going to be
he's
moving
gonna
forward
be a nice.
there too.
He's a nice guy too.
Yes, he is.
Okay, what's your name again?
Diana Quast, and I'm your town clerk.
Okay, thank you, Diana. It was a pleasure having you on the
Take
George
care.
Ondek show.
Thank you.
I'm now with Joey Vittoria. How you doing, Joe?
Very good, George.
And I must admit to my audience, in true disclosure, he's an old friend from my old home city of Yonkers. How you doing,
Absolutely,
Joe?
very good.
Joe,
Very
you
good.
came up to northern Westchester like me, and what do you think of this great victory party tonight at Victoria's, which used to be Ceola Manor.
Well, we're having a fantastic night here. The restaurant is fabulous. We're one of the first affairs here, and I can't say enough of how they're treating us, and the food excellent. So I would say to everyone, what a great place to come.
Better than Julio's in Yonkers?
Well, again,
No,
that's a different type of restaurant.
Yeah. And how's your cousin Joey Apicella doing?
Joey's doing very well.
And tell
Very
his
well.
wife Tara I said hello to.
I absolutely will.
Joey,
George.
good talking to you.
My pleasure.
You're doing a great job signing people in here for this great gala event, which will turn Yorktown around.
We hope
right?
so, and we are very positive, and we want the best for every Yorktown citizen. And you're going to get it with Lonnie, and with Alice, and with Vishnu. You're going to get a good, open government, and they're going to listen to the people and do the work of the people.
Joe, you're sounding good. You sure you don't
Thank
want to
you.
run for politics?
Not
someday?
right now, not right now. Thank
that,
you, George.
That doesn't sound like a no to me.
Thank you,
I'm a
salute.
good campaign manager, as you well know.
I understand. I know that.
I beat somebody who was very important,
I
who
know.
could have been mayor of a city. Take care, buddy. I'm very honored now that the county executive of Westchester has just come in, Mr. Latimer. George, congratulations on your great victory.
Thank you,
And I
George.
like your first decree, stopping gun sales in Westchester County auditorium.
Well, at the gun show, we did 3 executive orders right in the door. The first one we did was to take the name off of all parks and buildings, the names of politicians, county executive, anybody.
Beautiful.
The stuff belongs to the people of Westchester, not to whomever the county executive of the
That's
day
right.
is, number one. Number two, we changed our policy in dealing with local governments. When the county has to take action, we want to give local governments a chance to get an opinion, and that's the good neighbor policy. And then number 3, we eliminated the ban of the gun shows. But let's give credit where it's due. Andy Spano originally put that ban in place, and it was in place for 10 years. His successor, my predecessor, reversed it, and I reversed the reversal. And so now we don't have gun shows at
In
the
light
county
of
center.
what's happening in the country,
Yep.
we shouldn't have gun shows, and we shouldn't have stores opening selling guns in northern Westchester, I feel.
Well, I mean,
I'm a Vietnam vet, by the
and-
way.
and I give you the credit in the world for
They
it.
can have their guns, 6 shooters, but an automatic weapon has no place on the streets of America.
Well, that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid this glorification of a gun culture. Are they legal? Yes. Can you own them? Yes. But you don't want kids, particularly, and there's some people out there, frankly, who are just unstable.
Mm-hmm.
And when an unstable person gets a hold of something like that, bad things happen.
Mr. Latimer, I know the ex-county exec, he was pretty good, but I hear you're a man of all the people. Right?
Well, look, I think, George, I've been a regular guy for a long time.
You
I'm
have
the
been.
oldest person ever to be elected county executive
Yeah.
at 63. And so I have a long record, a business career, a public career. I don't think you're going to see me be a lot different than I've been all these years. Hopefully that'll be satisfactory. But the Westchester voters will decide.
And you will give good social programs, but you'll keep spending under control.
We all pay too much in taxes. Everybody knows it. We all feel it. Thanks,
It's been
George.
an honor having
a
you.
pleasure to talk
I
to you.
thank you for taking time out
Thank
of
you.
your busy
God bless and have a
schedule.
happy and a healthy new year.
Here's the owner of the...
Yeah. Hi, very much. George Latimer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. I guess we're on camera, but other than that, if I could ever be helpful to you,
Yeah,
feel free to reach
absolutely.
out.
Appreciate that. Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
It's lovely. I've been here many times before with
And the new
family events and so
new
forth.
name of the place is Victoria's now.
Victoria's on the lake.
Oh, Victoria's?
Yeah.
2 T's.
2 T's. Yes.
The Italian way.
Yes, sir.
I'm half Napolitan. The other half Irish. Very nice to be here.
I'm here with Jim Materano. How you doing?
How are you, George?
And he's not only a TV talk show host like me, but he's a great editorial writer in a newspaper.
Thank you, George.
I read you every week. Who's that lovely?
Welcome everyone to Seal.
And who's this lovely lady?
I'm his wife.
You couldn't be. You're much too young looking. But what's your first name? What do you think of the great Democratic victory in Yorktown?
That's fantastic.
Okay, I thank you very much for being on the George Ondek Show. Jim, I thank you. And Mike DeLuca's a pretty good guy, isn't he?
Dinner will be starting shortly, and we do have quick announcements.
I'm
Tell
with Mr. Oxman.
George is in big trouble. If I'm
Right.
the best person he can get to interview.
Well, that beautiful lady is also coming over,
Yeah,
isn't
no,
she?
she isn't. She's running away.
Okay.
from you.
I know a relative of yours when I was a little boy.
Yeah.
A guy named Harry. And
Yeah.
it wasn't Harry S. Truman.
No.
Who I saw, that was my first taste of politics.
Yeah, Harry was my uncle, and we
Harry
both grew
S.
up.
Truman?
No, Harry Oxman. But
I hear you got a lot to do with legalese in Yorktown over the years.
Well,
Corporation Council or something?
well, we'll see.
Yeah,
But
all right.
we're breaking no news
Well, what do you
tonight.
think of the great victory by the Democratic Party?
It's
in
wonderful.
Yorktown?
It's great to be here, and I'm glad you're here.
Nice to see
George, it's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to see you, Mr. Oxman. This has been George Ondek. I'm closing out the George Ondek Show. It's been a glorious night at Victoria's on the lake here in Jefferson Valley, Yorktown, New York.